We're
move
ready.
to the game.
Let us go into the game between eOnzErG and QiaoGege.
Okay, so we've got our Belgian Zerg player Eon spawning in the top right side of the map, and the map is Metropolis.
And we have QiaoGege spawning as blue Protoss in the bottom left corner.
Okay, Metropolis cross map position, and the aggressive nature of eOnzErG. Anything can happen.
I think QiaoGege is definitely the favorite here.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
would say
What do you
so.
think about eOnzErG, like his result in BSL?
Depends which. In this journey, it's not that good. He lost a lot of his matches, and maybe not threw them away, but he was very aggressive, Alinish, trying to deal a lot of damage. So I wonder if we will see some kind of pre-storm Hydra bus timing or something like that.
Yeah,
I think a lot will
I think similar. I think that eOnzErG tries to end the game rather quick, and if the game goes to the, I think he doesn't want the game to go to the mid-late game phase.
Yeah, and I think it will be determined by if Eon will manage to slip by some links at the beginning, because he's aggressive, he likes to do it, and he's a very fast and precise player in that regard. So he can deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely true. Definitely mechanics are his ally. So whether it comes to link control, Hydra control, Muta control, eOnzErG has it. But I think very highly of QiaoGege. He's a very, very good Protoss player. So let's see. We have 2 links currently in production, actually 4. And QiaoGege went for a, I'm not sure, either 13 or 14 Nexus, probably 13. So with a standard Forge expand.
It was scouted by Aeon's drone, and now the drone is moving to 12 o'clock to take the expansion. As this is the cross map positions, that's the most likely expansion for eOnzErG. So, and yeah, I'm like split a little bit between Hydra Bust and some kind of heavy Muta play. Because I agree with you when you said that Eon will try to end the game relatively fast, trying to avoid mid-late game. So those are the 2 most common options, right? Some kind of, but there are more because they're just flexible, right? There can be some kind of pre-Hydra, pre-storm timing, Hydra bust, and Muta Scorch fight.
At
I
the
don't know.
same time, eOnzErG is also capable of playing for that kind of mid game with like contain type of strategy, right? When you try to contain Protoss on 2 bases. At the same time, eOnzErG is also capable of throwing really dirty cheeses, like Link, Slow Overlord drop, so stuff like that. But
I'm not saying that he's not capable. It's more what he usually plays, right?
Yeah, true.
Because he's a very capable player. But he's been for a very long time, and I'm happy to see him actively participating in BSL, because he didn't participate for quite a bit of time. So anything can happen. And we see I think we saw the lair opening by Eon, and the spiders are already in production, and pretty decent timing, because the Stargate is halfway done.
So we have +1 spinning on the Forge. No +1 on air weapons just yet from QiaoGege. Would be interesting to see how is Sziky gonna react. Was trying to sneak Azeroth out, but it was spotted by an Overlord, so decided to move back.
At this point, Zergling speed, nothing out of the ordinary, +1 weapons for...
Since we did not scout at all,
Yeah.
I mean we as Protoss player, so we're adding a second cannon, just in case
Yeah.
of a 973.
Yeah.
Corsair spotting the speedlings means that most likely there are gonna be no Hydras.
Additional hatcheries, 2 hatcheries. Second will be placed. Just a moment. Second gas by Eon. That doesn't tell us
That's
anything. It's pretty standard.
Very standard. The one thing that Protoss is not worried about is Muta aggression right now. So
nice. Will you be able to catch it? No. Okay. Putting the 4 Zealot pressure, so it's quite popular to open like that, just to cause the Zerg to do more links instead of droning up, and also in the same time to do a little bit of scouting. Maybe kill a drone or 2, but that's rather unlikely with the taking into consideration the amount of Zerglings.
Plus 3 gateways. So we're going, I think, into heavy Corsair, heavy Zealot type of strategy.
Nice micro. Oh, +1 is already done before speed. Nice. An instant. Okay. 1 drone died. Really nice.
And eOnzErG engages into +1 Zealot.
Yeah, I think he might have not checked, because usually it's speed legs and +1 in the same time. And Eon saw that those are slow Zealots, so he might think that there are no +1.
Oh, actually it connected. I cannot believe. I thought for sure that one of the Scorch died. Actually not the case. Anyway, we see Muta in production. This will... so Zealots are gonna be denied completely.
This is a very late lake speed, because it's halfway done.
True.
Only.
True. You think QiaoGege made a mistake and forgot for a moment Zero Fazul? Interesting.
I think he did, because the gas bank is there, right? He has 660 gas, so this wasn't a case of not having the gas. It was more like...
Let's see the Muta attack. So we're for the moment harassing the mineral line while preventing zoning out the Corsairs. So Corsairs have to go closer to the natural cannons. This is good damage from eOnzErG. Finding connections, even killing one Corsair.
Second. Oh.
Not quite able to connect. But still, that was some damage dealt.
Pretty decent damage, right?
Meanwhile,
but at the same time, 2 Zealots managed to go into the main base of eOnzErG, and this is important due to the fact that now QiaoGege knows that Hydras are already done. There's no attempt to do more Mutas, more Scourge.
Yeah, definitely. You wouldn't even expect this anyway, given that Zerg is like on 6 hatcheries. So it's natural to assume. Actually, no, this is just 5 hatcheries.
5. Only 5.
Ooh, that puts eOnzErG into a very aggressive position. In a position where he needs to do something to the Protoss.
So now the question is, what's the storm timing?
Yeah, this is very few drones in eOnzErG third.
So doesn't look good for eOnzErG.
It's too early to say. Well, let's see. This is very important here.
Oh,
good connection, even a High Templar snipes from eOnzErG, but won't be able to snipe the third. But wasn't this
very nice?
Like, you need to go kind of in sync, I think, if you wanna do that. Otherwise, Protoss is just gonna camp, rebuild his High Templars, right? So if you do nothing right now with Hydras, I think
but
that's
maybe this will give him the opportunity to contain his opponent. Right? Because
No.
like you said, Zerg Protoss will wait, we need to rebuild. So question what
The thing is, Protoss right now knows that he has to rebuild High Templars. Meanwhile, if he had waited with the Mutas with the snipes, then it would. I think it would be better to sync the snipes with Hydra move up.
Yeah, but still, six Mutas for 2 High Templars and 2 Corsairs. Now he can rebuild the Mutas, right? There are only 3 Corsairs left. That's not
that's true.
a big power.
Is there a Carpes upgrade on air units? No. All right, so we're probably not rebuilding Mutas.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I was a Zerg player, I would be getting that Carpes upgrade. It's just that good.
Always. I would also do it because you don't know when it. Okay. Now the Hydras are oncoming. One Zealot has died instantly. QiaoGege has only 2 or 3 High Templars.
Yeah, but I think with that choke is enough to hold. And this map makes for a pretty easy hold of the third base.
Oh, he managed to just perfect timing. Like if QiaoGege would be like 30 seconds late with this army movement, the expansion could have been denied. And now we're in a position where the Protoss player is taking a second expansion, third base, and Zerg isn't. Zerg didn't even place, so it puts a little bit of a clock on the Zerg player.
Absolutely. Seems like eOnzErG pulls the trigger. He goes. We see a lot of red on the minimap. I don't know. What's the plan here for eOnzErG? You cannot really think that you will contain free-base Protoss, right? Aggressive movement with Lurkers. Snipes a High Templar for a little value. A good trade for eOnzErG, I would say. And we're continuing with the Hydra Float. Another Storm is cast. These are good trades for Protoss, by the way. QiaoGege very wisely just moves with goons and high Templars for the time being. Good Storm dodge. But there is, I think, not enough Lurkers, not enough Hydras. These are not bad trades right now for eOnzErG. Like, Hydras trade really well against goons. Yeah, very many goons were actually lost here.
I think that there's a bunch of those are Scourge. Wanted to say that there's a bunch of Hydras waiting, but no, those were Scourge. But I agree, this was a pretty decent exchange for on one hand for Eon, because like
it was continuously like it was first good for Zerg, then for Protoss, and then for Zerg again. It's a little bit of a roller coaster here. Good Hydra positioning here with an Overlord. Like he was anticipating this DT over here. +2 upgrade just finishing. Oh, eOnzErG is diving in, but
ooh, nice storms.
Ooh, yeah, perfect storms. Basically, no Hydras are left. So this was a terrible engagement here from eOnzErG. I think like there is just not enough Hydras. Lurkers are good, sure.
But there aren't that many units from our Protoss player also.
True. Even killing the Observer, that's very annoying for Protoss player.
So now he can
wait a second.
Puts a wedge between 2 bases. Oh my god.
Snipes the cannon so he can more easily start killing Gateway and Forge now. Here's the thing. The 6 o'clock is functioning, right? So I don't know. From one side, Protoss has 3 bases, so he's happy. But from another side, Protoss doesn't have any High Templars. He just rebuilt them. Wow, he's actually breaking through. Like if eOnzErG can deny the 6 o'clock, then it's a completely different story, and there is nothing to defend at 6 o'clock. I think
the
eOnzErG.
mistake was that there were only 2 High Templars at that point when Ian was attacking. Only 2.
Wow. All of a sudden this seems very Zerg favorite situation here. Like there is no mining at the 6 o'clock.
And no ops.
Here we go. It's gonna come down all to this one engagement over here. We have like 3 High Templars. We're killing our all. Ooh.
My God.
The observer snipe so big. This buys so much time for the Zerg player.
I think Ion won't let it go. Ion is in a winning position.
Yeah, the positional advantage is surely there. So eOnzErG's job is to not to be prepared for this attack and not eat big storms. So far, beautiful storms from Protoss player. But even if Protoss breaches this position, wow, beautiful.
GG.
Surround, GG.
Amazing. And that's the Ian's
no love triangle between the 3 Protosses.
I want to say that that's the aggression of Ian, right? He smelled blood and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, all it took was like that engagement in which he killed like 2 High Templars or used some of the energy. It felt like when eOnzErG engaged that, like it was a mistake that like there were only lurkers left remaining without any hijacks after 2 storms were cast. But it was just enough. I think it was a very, very close game. Good job, eOnzErG. Regardless, he takes a 3rd point. Still, definitely, he's definitely not making it out to the round of 6, as he cannot get 5 wins on board anymore. But let's see if eOnzErG will be able to defend his honor and get another win on his scoreboard.
Let's move to game number 2. And we've got our Zerg, red Zerg player, Ion, spawning in the top right side of the map, and the map is Knockout.
And we have Chinese Protoss, QiaoGege, spawning as blue Protoss in the bottom right corner. So, how would you rate QiaoGege based on the first game? Strong side, weak sides, what could be improved?
I would say the things that I tend to do, especially after, I like that the fact that he took a very fast forward, because it was pretty safe. The only mistake I feel he did was not rebuilding High Templars, especially in the early game. I try to, in each round when I've got 8 gateways, I try to do like 4 Zealots, 2 Goons, and 2 Templars. Like try to mix it up, because the moment that he had when it was Ion attacked, QuakeGege had only 2 High Templars. Imagine having two more storms. He would fully defend. There wouldn't be that split between expansions, and he would probably defend. And he was, at that given point, he was in a very, very, very good position, because he had way earlier third than the Zerg player. Decent upgrades. So I would say that was the mistake.
True. So could it be all because the Muta snipes on the High Templars? Or we should extrapolate into that he just didn't rebuild them.
Yeah, but because it's it's very difficult to. I thought that he would be, very close. It's very difficult to defend against Disputa snipes, right? Especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you don't see it that often when that early stage of the game, Zerg just jumps with 6 mutas on your High Templars when there are like 2 free cannons and they're sitting next to your Nexus, right? So it's not that often. So maybe QuakeGege didn't.
I think eOnzErG did that because he didn't want to bother with too many units being under control, so he wanted to free himself of that Muta control in that later phase of the game. So he was just like, okay, let me trade at this stage of the game because later on it will be too hard for me to control both Mutas, Lurkers, and Hydras at the same time.
Yeah, but and saying that, so separate from that, I would say that QiaoGege really showed a nice feeling for the game in terms of okay, I can take the next expansion, right? Perfect timing, a little bit earlier. I like the move out with the 4 zealots for +1. Of course, that kept omitted, forgotten about leg speed was a little bit of a mistake. But still, he dealt quite a bit of damage. He managed to scout the Mutas and everything else, right?
In the end, he was quite passive, no? Like, there was never any dedicated Zeld Corsair push of any sort.
True. You're right. Oh, too dense!
Oh,
We
wow.
got too dense! Oh my god.
eOnzErG in a nutshell. Like, he won't have the guts to make upgrades for both of these. He won't have gas. What's the point of this?
It will be not... yeah, he will manage to do one, and not instantly, but after a moment, second one, right? So it still will be faster. And both upgrades don't have the same time, right? I think
don't they?
I
think they do.
I think they do. They do?
Zero.
I need to fact check. Yeah. We need to fact check that, right? If those upgrades takes the same time.
Let's look at these upgrades. I think both of them are gonna have the same progress at the end. Zero, please.
Show us.
This is important.
Yeah.
Is Hydra speed
faster?
Let's wait a second. Let's see at the end of the progress bar, right?
But look.
Yeah, it may be that Hydra speed is faster. True. Then why would he start from Hydra speed?
Yeah, I don't know. That was the question I wanted to ask also, right? But still, it's gonna be faster, right?
What is it? Like, look at the progress bar. If it's faster, then it's by a tiny degree. That being said, QiaoGege doesn't see Zergling speed, so that's one thing that could alert you to a Hydra bust. So because of that, or because of lack of other scouting, okay, Zero confirms that it's the same time for both upgrades. Thank you, Zero, for that. It appears that I was right, and I'm quite knowledgeable about Zerg race. Okay, we see Hydras. Let's see the natural, Protoss natural. This is where the action is gonna happen. Cannons are being built.
And we need to remember that this is the ramp, and Hydras are shooting uphill here, right?
True, but not if they have hugged the building. Here we go. The range has finished, so they have an easy time picking off Zelds, cannons. I don't know, Mazur. No Hydra float for the time being. What is eOnzErG doing? Maybe he was Overlord blocked, but yeah. No reinforcement for the time being, but once they come, they're gonna come in a big swing, big spike. Denying the +1. So I think this is not gonna kill QiaoGege. With that high ground?
Look like it.
With that high ground, I don't see Protoss dying.
Yeah, he didn't lose any probes, I think. So this isn't that bad for QiaoGege, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I think eOnzErG is all in on this. I'm not sure when this game was played, but if it was, for example, played as the last game, eOnzErG's last game, then yeah, he will just all in this and get over this tournament. It's a question of when this game was played, or maybe not. But yeah, we see Hydras in production, so yeah. This is all in. Nothing will please you more at this point of the game than to see this constant Hydra production. Like, you just know all you need to do is to survive. Especially with this low ground, like, you can build probes. in front of the cannons, and they will absorb so much damage from the low ground.
I think I saw on your stream, and I like it very much, when you were defending against those kind of Hydra bus and moved a probe and built pylons in front of the AI pylons during the attack just to defend and like.
Yeah, I mean nothing more you can do in the heat of the moment,
Yeah.
right? It's like your cannons will never build up anyway, so all you can do is to either bring probes to the front or just build buildings that absorb some damage. Alright, the moment of truth will arrive shortly. Now the thing is, the High Templars from Protoss are quite late. So who knows, maybe there is a window for eOnzErG because of that?
Yeah, there aren't that many places, because look at there are almost no place to put additional cannons, right? So there might be a chance there.
Still, this is so many cannons. No. Like this.
And a High Templar is already there. Yeah, so.
Okay, links are coming and we're going. This is do or die with the links that are look at all the red on the minimap. We're doing this. The storm is not finished. This is the perfect time to attack. Do
and
or
we
die.
have the probes.
Low ground, doing so much work. God, this is it would work on any other map. On any other map, this would have worked.
Like, that looks like those Zealots would be invincible.
Here we go with the storm upgrade. Even without the storm.
GG.
Go, Lynx.
Even a storm drop incoming. That's actually my favorite move when I get Hydra busted. To do some kind of DT or a storm drop, it's like...
Yeah, there is no Spire, right? No,
oh. And usually all the units are in front of your main.
Yeah. Yeah, so QiaoGege was wondering whether he needs that High Templar to cast a Storm, or can he afford himself to...
Storm drop!
Storm drop. Here we go.
14 drones. GG.
GG.